Hi everyone, I'm Annie G and welcome to my channel where the scents are sweet and the reviews are spicy. It is my job to make sure that you are never overspending on anything, let alone perfume. So today I thought it'd be fun to go over some affordable indie brands that aren't from the Middle East. Now this is not to knock Middle Eastern brands or Middle Eastern perfumes at all, but it is to highlight maybe some smaller businesses and some other perfume houses that are doing amazing inspired fragrances as well as originals. And some people don't jive with Middle Eastern perfumes or may not want to buy Middle Eastern, whatever their personal preference. This is just to point out that there are amazing brands out there and there are alternatives for affordable perfumes that smell great. And also I think it's important to support small businesses. And most of these are. If that sounds good to you, give this a thumbs up. Subscribe, all that good stuff, because I'm here for you. I'm here for you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, let's jump in. First up is a brand that's newer to me, but I am like so impressed and I love their fragrances, both their inspired and their originals. This is Giuliana's Perfume, and the perfume that I have is Red Carpet Affair, which is their take on Angelique Noir, and they did an amazing job. They really did a good job capturing that green herbaceousness at the top. It really does smell so close. I have my Angelique Noir sample here, and when I smell them side by side, this is a little bit more green in a resinous way, whereas this is more of a green in an herby way, if that makes sense. So it's a little brighter, a little bit more fruity, I would say would be the only difference that I get. And then Angelique Noir, maybe a slight bit powderier. But other than that, they did such a good job. This was $38 for a 40 ml, which honestly, not bad. Got to me super fast. And it lasts really well, like really high quality. It's X-ray concentration, so you're getting good quality, and I'm just so impressed. The notes in Red Carpet Affair are Angelica, obviously, pear at the top. I think you do get the pear more at the top here in this one than the original. Middle notes, lavender, rose, white musk. I think that lavender is what's giving me kind of more of an herbaceous, like aromatic quality in this over the original. And the base notes are vanilla and jasmine. So that's the note breakdown. I don't know the note breakdown of the original, but I will tell you this smells very close to it and I'm very impressed. They also sent over samples of two of their original creations, Soulful Dawn and Heaven's Reflection. Soulful Dawn is a really yummy, fruity, ambery tonka bean. It's really interesting. The top notes are pear, lychee, bergamot, and nutmeg. Middle notes, magnolia, passion fruit, and base notes, vetiver, amber, and tonka. What's really coming through is more of that ambery tonka. It's really creamy and really yummy. I was really impressed with this. And then Heaven's Reflection is a little bit more masculine and a little bit more fruity, I would say. Top notes are orange, mandarin, bergamot, cardamom. I think that's the cardamom in this that's really making it feel masculine. Middle notes, marine notes, jasmine, peach, muguet, which I think is oud. And then base notes, amber, musk, patchouli, and vanilla. So a little bit more masculine, but still really fruity, really fresh, really well blended, really smooth. I mean, I'm honestly so impressed. So I would recommend checking Giuliana's Perfumes out. They have a ton of inspired fragrances. They have an inspired version of Spiritus Double Vanille, of Spiritus Double Vanille that I'm planning on trying out. But yeah, small company, small brand doing really great things. So that is Red Carpet Affair, and Giuliana's Perfumes is the brand. Next up is a brand that I thought was a scam. When they reached out to me, I was like, oh, this is a fake brand, because I was like, why are they reaching out to me? But their philosophy and my ideology of perfume should be affordable and you can get really good quality for a decent price jive. And so that's why I was like, sure, send over your stuff. But they sent me their version of Oud Wood, which is called Ultimatum. The brand is the clone, by the way. I should probably say that. And then they sent me their version of Baccarat, which is Rouge Veil. You see that? It's a little bright. Yeah. Beautiful bottles, by the way. But I wasn't expecting much from the clone. I was like, we'll see. I mean, if they want to send me stuff, cool. And I was actually really pleasantly surprised. This Oud Wood inspired fragrance, Ultimatum, is so nice. It really does smell like oud wood, and it's got that cardamom clean thing at the start. It's really kind of fresh and clean and white shirt feeling, but then it dries down to a really, really nice tonka bean and vanilla extrait concentration, which is pretty cool. They're 50 ml bottles, which look very chic. So this, I was like, okay. And I wear this a lot when I'm working from home. It just kind of makes me feel put together. And then Rouge Veil, I was really blown away. This smells exactly like Baccarat Rouge. I sprayed Baccarat on this hand and then on this hand, and I couldn't tell the difference. So I was really impressed. They did a really good job of getting the sugared saffron kind of vibe from it. Yeah, it's got that pine, but it's also really sweet. It's really well balanced and it smells really good on the skin. Really good for layering. I will say when you spray these initially, it is giving alcohol. It does give alcohol for the first 5 seconds, so let her air out. But then once it settles, I'm so impressed. It's a small company out of Texas. They're new to the market, so I would give them a try. They don't have a ton of options right now. I think they have 10 in the line right now. I think Love Don't Be Shy is one. They have a Lost Cherry version, a Ventus, the big ones, you know. So I was really, really impressed with both of these, both the quality, the presentation, and just the company in general. I really appreciate what they're trying to do. They're trying to give high quality at an affordable price. If you want to check them out, I have a code. It's Annie Gourmand for 15% off. It is an affiliate code, and I'll leave details below. Now, if you thought that I was going to make a video about affordable indie niche brands and I wasn't going to talk about Maison Martin, come on, clearly don't know me. Of course, I'm going to talk about Maison Martin. It's like the best affordable artistic niche brand, indie brand. Is it indie or niche, or are they both? Anyways, but the best one on the market, in my opinion. They are the ones doing the highest quality, the best presentation top to bottom. I mean, look at the bottles. Look at the bottles. Everything about their packaging, their story, everything about Maison Martin is just top tier. And you can get a 50 ml bottle for $84, which is a little pricier as far as affordable. And what I consider affordable is anything under $100. I should have said that at the beginning. I'm going to start over. No, I'm not. So anywho, they're just the best. And I talk about a lot of the same ones. So today I figured I'd talk about a few different ones. The first one is Lost in Translation. And this is for the clean, fresh tea fragrance lovers out there, okay? It is a very green tea, woody, musky, watery scent, if that makes sense. The top notes are violet leaves, juniper, and watery notes. Middle notes, rosewood, white tea, and black pepper. And then base notes, leather, tobacco, patchouli, musk, and dry wood. So it sounds a lot darker than it reads. It really reads as a tea fragrance, but it's very nice. It's very clean. It's very fresh. And this is one of theirs that, to me, has the best performance. It really sticks around. I think it's probably the tea and the leather that's helping it do that. But this is a really great one for people who like a more clean, fresh fragrance, I would say. So this is another recommendation for me from Maison Martin, Lost in Translation. The other one I really like that I haven't talked about yet is Avant l'Orage. And this is kind of similar to Hazard Bazaar. It's a vanilla skin scent, but this really leans into the creamy, woody sandalwood. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's very creamy, but it still has a cleanness. I would say it's more clean and fresh than Hazard Bazaar is. Hazard Bazaar is more woody and rich in that way. This is more creamy and white floral and softer. The top note is pink pepper. Middle notes, benzoin and jasmine. Base notes, vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood and musk. Yeah, and you're really getting the tonka bean and the sandalwood. It is very creamy. It's very nice. I think this is one of their more popular fragrances. It's a beautiful, creamy second skin scent, but it also has a clean white shirt feeling. Most of their perfumes do, honestly. They're very French in that way. Everything is clean and chic, but this is really rich and creamy and yummy and cozy. It's a little too creamy for me. It kind of makes me nauseous depending on the day, but I think if you really like sandalwood, creamy creamy sandalwood skin scent, I think Avant La Rage would be a really amazing option. Honestly, I stand behind all of Maison Martin's fragrances. I just think they're just one of the best affordable artistic houses. They're bottled. Just everything about them. So you can't really go wrong with any of them, but those are two that I wanted to highlight that I haven't talked about before. So if you haven't, please check them out. Their discovery sets are great. And yeah, that's Maison Martin. And then last but not least, at the higher end of affordable, but that is Letta. I love Letta perfumes. She's always having a sale, I feel, which is concerning. Why is everything always on sale? Makes me a little worried. But these travels come with this beautiful leather pouch. And I think it's around $30 for this 10 ml travel, which love that. Cute. And then their full bottles are under $100. And again, you can find them on sale a lot of times or find a discount code really easily. But my two favorite are Bourbon Brulee, and newly, I just got Scenic Rose, which is very fun. But Bourbon Brulee is a really yummy, boozy, creamy, vanilla, spicy. Oh, it's just so good and so yummy and just like a little bit different than any other boozy plum on the market. The top notes are tonka bean, plum, bergamot. Middle notes, whiskey, heliotrope, coconut milk, cypriol. Base notes, bourbon, vanilla, cedar, caramel, white musk, more cypriol, and amberwood. So it is woody, a little green, but you really get that creamy booziness. And then the plum, oh my gosh, it's so delicious. I just think they did such a good job with this. I love this one. And then Scenic Rose is a strawberry matcha rose fragrance. And this, you probably really need to like a clean, soapy fragrance to like this. I don't get so much rose. Okay, and my camera died. So we're back. Anywho, as I was saying, you really need to like a clean, soapy fragrance, I think, not so much a rose fragrance, because I'm not getting so much rose. What I'm really getting is more of a strawberry matcha, clean, soapy feel. Not quite as true laundry as Love-O-Matic, but it does have a clean soapiness to it. The top notes are strawberry, pink pepper, and green tea. So I apologize, not matcha, green tea, which makes sense because it does read a little watery. And I think it's that green tea that's making it feel a little bit more watery rather than matcha, which is a little more earthy. And then middle notes are rose and pear blossom. Base notes, musk, vanilla, amber, and white woods. So the opening is where you're really getting that freshness, and then it settles down into a really creamy, yummy, woody rose. I really love it. I'm so excited to wear this in spring. And again, I think Letta does such good quality. So those are two of my favorites from the brand. As far as affordable quality, you can't go wrong with Letta. So those are my recommendations for affordable perfume houses that aren't from the Middle East. Again, if you don't jive with Middle Eastern fragrances for whatever reason, maybe they're too heavy, you prefer a lighter smell, or even just the packaging. Like some of the presentations, oh my gosh, it's like too much. So I think all of these are really good alternatives. I did go from cost affordability order. So Gianna's Perfumes and the Clone are the most affordable, and then Maison Martin, and then Letta's a little higher as far as price points, but you can't go wrong. Yeah, if you want to use my code at the Clone, I'll link it below. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye.